Our trip to the beautiful Dominican Republic to visit our son Brendan, spring 2015. Here's Cindy in our hotel in the Colonial Zone in Santo Domingo. Here's Brendan and his mom at a little sandwich shop picking up some water probably. Rooftop garden or side wall garden. We took a nice visit to the oldest church in the Americas in the capital of Santo Domingo. And then we went to a beautiful place called Los Tres Ojos, which means the three eyes, which had three underground lakes. Parts of it looked like an enchanted forest. Here's a picture of Brendan and Cindy at one of the lakes. We got to take a really cool boat ride in an underground lake cavern connecting the two. And the gentleman on the barge pulled us across with a rope from one dock to the next. Here's a nice picture of a shimmering pool in Los Tres Ojos, just outside the capital. Here's Cindy grabbing a bite to eat and a drink at a little roadside place we stopped at. Picture of Tom and Cindy at the same place, not a bad selfie. A typical street in the Colonial Zone. You can see the ocean in the background and another nice street shot. The road alongside the ocean, basically anywhere, is called the Malecon. And here's a ride on the Guagua, which is a bus basically. They come in all shapes and sizes. This was a mid-sized bus. Here we are on our way to Bani, the little town Brendan was stationed in. This is the view from our seats facing forward. This was the express bus. Brendan had a surprise for us? No, just one of the local kids. There's Pedro David in the corner. There's Brendan saying, what's up with this? More pictures of the kids on the front porch of Margot's house, the family that Brendan stayed with for 2 years. And there's a couple of relatives there, Phil, Nini, and gentleman's name I can't remember. There we are socializing on the back porch, just hanging out, posing for a picture. That's Margot, Brendan's host mom in the front, Cindy, Brendan, and two of Brendan's sisters. The view from the front porch. If you look close, you can see some roosters playing in the yard across the street, a little roadway there. We went to a lovely place for a bite to eat not too far from Brendan's apartment. The furniture was all made from recycled pallets. There's an artsy shot of Brendan with his William and Mary shirt on in the same restaurant. Same of Cindy. And then we see a picture of the front of the restaurant, which is called Fabrica. Very cool spot. Good food too. And there's Brendan and Cindy at the bus terminal. We're waiting to go to Samaná. And there's a big, nice, modern guagua with all the comforts of a charter bus, including an onboard movie. There's Brendan chilling out for the ride to Samaná from Santo Domingo. It was about an hour or so. There's Cindy grabbing some video out the window. And a couple of us hamming it up for the camera. And then we got onto the local guagua that took us up to our place in Las Galeras, which was the little town at the end of the peninsula. This is a more typical mode of transportation in the DR. You could probably count 15 or 20 heads in that picture. Here we are finally on the beach. There's Brendan and little buddy just hanging out. There's a day in Tropical Paraíso. And a shot of Brendan and Cindy just chilling out with a lovely background there. That was in Las Galeras. Here we are on a whaling boat. That's Kim Badal, who basically started the whaling observatory industry in Santo Domingo. There's Brendan on the ship. We're heading out to see the whales frolicking. We'll probably have another slideshow with some of the whale shots in it. We got to see a mommy and a baby whale a couple of times. You could see a flipper or something in the background there. Here's some of the lovely ladies that made the trip on the boat very pleasant. There's Cindy on the bow taking some video. And then we have a nice shot of Tom and Cindy with the Dominican flag in the background and the beautiful Samana Bay. That's an old PT boat, PT-103, very similar to Kennedy's PT-109, was donated by the U.S. to the DR. There we are after whale watching, grabbing a bite in a little local sandwich shop. That's actually the Eiffel Tower being upended by a whale sculpture. Cindy and Brendan, I think this was over by La Playita in Las Galeras. A typical paved road that then leads into a less ready road. There's Cindy wondering if we're going to get rain today. Hanging out at the little semi-indoor, outdoor breakfast nook area of La Playita Hotel. This is the top of a mountain where we went for a lovely dinner one night called Mont Azur, and that's what our view from our table looked like. Look down on the bay, we could actually see whales frolicking in the bay. You could see them with binoculars. We were probably about 4,000 or 5,000 feet up in the air. It was just a beautiful spot. And sitting under a thatch roof that made the roof of the restaurant, probably about 6 or 7 tables in there in total. The ride up was more suited to a goat than a car, but we made it, with a ambitious driver. Nice shot of Brendan there. Nice shot of Cindy showing off her whale tail earrings we picked up to support the whaling expedition. Another beautiful shot. I don't know if you can tell how far down that water is, but like I say, probably 4,000 feet. Nice breeze blowing up there as well. Here's a shot of our chef, Pierre. He runs the place with his wife. And they have one dinner service a night, and that's it. This is a shot from, I think, our whaling adventure. This is a beautiful sunset from the mountain where we had the lovely dinner, Mont Azur. And this is a typical country road with some stuff for sale on the side, t-shirts, artwork, whatever, in the resort town of Las Galeras, which is basically a beach resort area. Fairly rustic though. Here we are having a bite to eat. Not sure where this is. There's Brendan's apartment. I think it's the one on the right without the awning. There we are in kind of a cool place that's got some old stone walls in the capital city. Back in the capital, Santo Domingo, colonial zone. And typical street scene. I think that's from our hotel. There's our little hotel front. It was called, I think it was called Hotel Santo Domingo. That's Carlos, our host at the hotel, and sitting in our little outdoor seating area. This is Duarte, Sanchez, and Maya, who are the three, basically the fathers of Santo Domingo. And we're there on Independence Avenue there, whatever it's called, the fort where the flag was first raised when Santo Domingo began its independent life. And that's a curious sight on the Calle Conde, which is a big pedestrian walkway. There's a view down a little old street in the capital. A little bit closer on the same street, an old convent. These buildings date from the 1600s. There we are going, I don't know, that might be on the plane heading home. And there's a nice shot of Brendan and his mama. We had a lovely time. End of this slideshow. Thanks for watching.